Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As I always say, and I use always here very loosely, but really, I am for freedom of speech to no extent, to no boundaries. Obviously, I would disagree with one or two situations. When you create panic, that's one situation when I really, that should not be, and threats. Threaten someone and so on, that's not okay. But other than that, hurting people's feelings, I don't give a shit, okay? And if someone tries to hurt mine, again, that's your free speech, man. If I get engaged in that garbage, that's my choice. But you have the freedom to do whatever you to say it. Now, obviously, there are certain situations where could, libel or defamation could get involved in this. That's a different story. When someone defames you, verbally makes an untrue statement, that's going to affect you and so on. And if you can prove it was not true and so on, there's a few requirements in order to win a court proceeding in a libel or in a defamation case. In this case, we have Zelensky, who shows up at the United Nations, and he says something that is really a speculation. And when you speculate something, you basically accuse someone without having the evidence. That means you are lying. Verbally, that is a defamation. Not a libel, because that's written, defamation. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We have Zelensky, who tells the United Nations Assembly, and I'm quoting, "Evil cannot be trusted. Ask Prigozhin." He implies, obviously, that Putin killed Prigozhin, and Putin promised, I don't know exactly what he's going to tell us. What exactly did Putin promise that he's not going to kill Prigozhin? And if he promised that, do you have any evidence that Putin killed Prigozhin? No. As far as I know, there's no evidence to suggest that Putin killed Prigozhin. Is it? I think is as much evidence that Putin killed Prigozhin as is Biden killed Prigozhin or Zelensky killed Prigozhin. Now, let's see what kind of evidence, how this guy, this clown right here, makes the case why he makes that statement. And he's in front of the United Nations, intellectuals, diplomats, the whole world, and he makes this kind of stupid allegation. Not allegation, it's a speculation. But by speculating, you accuse someone of killing someone. And that's not an easy accusation. How should I put it? Ukrainian, yeah, I'm German, yeah, okay, I'm going to leave. Zelensky urged international leaders not to trust Russia overall amid the ongoing war, invoking, so that's it, so don't trust them because of this. And this is how he makes the case, invoking the recent death of Wagner mercenary group leader Yevgeny Prigozhin. So he says, don't trust the country because one guy died. We don't know exactly who did it or what happened. Supposedly it was an accident. His plane fell. We don't know how. We didn't find yet who did it. So you don't know. That's speculation. So he based, don't trust these guys. Do not, because of my speculation. Now, how logical that is. And he's not talking with his buddies in a theater, all right, or a bar, all right? He's talking in front of the world. And I'm quoting this idiot. Evil cannot be trusted. Correct. Ask Prigozhin if one bets on Putin's promises. Okay, tell me more. What do you know? What do you have? Zelensky said during a speech at the United Nations General Assembly in New York on Tuesday, today, Prigozhin led an armed rebellion against Putin in June. False. False. Yevgeny led an armed rebellion against Shoigu and Gerasimov to defend Putin from this, as Prigozhin saw them, as the guys who actually are in charge of the military and hey, suck. So that's a lie. Prigozhin said clearly that he goes to Moscow to take care of Gerasimov, General Gerasimov, and Shoigu, not Putin. Again, that's a lie. Now you can say, well, by this he would be against Putin. No, that's not what he said. He said those guys to defend that guy. So again, but the Kremlin pledged not to prosecute him. Why? Because Putin did not feel threatened about it. He said, you know what? I'm not going to prosecute you. That's a promise. Did Putin or the Kremlin prosecute Prigozhin? That was a promise. No. So what promise is Zelensky talking about? What was the promise? Not to prosecute you. That was the promise. Now, 2 months later, Prigozhin died in a plane crash, leading to speculation that he was killed and the Kremlin was behind it. We don't know who. They like it to say it's Kremlin. Some people say it was Zelensky. Some people it was Biden. Some people it was MI6. Some people it was, I don't know, how do you call it? Mossad. We don't know. We can speculate. You can't, reach a conclusion on a speculation. Otherwise, I can speculate many things about many people like you. Okay? And I'm not going to say you're a bad person because I speculate on something. Otherwise, we're going to speculate on each other and what kind of world we will have. Like theirs. We don't have that kind of world. All right? And he says, Putin denied ordering a hit on the mercenary leader. He didn't even try to say anything about it. He didn't deny. He didn't say, I didn't do it. He didn't bother even to say that. Why? Because it was beneath him. Why should I say anything about it? I don't feel any responsibility regarding it. Now let's go and put this in another context. Let's say I am Prigozhin, and let's say Putin promises me, I'm not going to prosecute you. Okay. And in 2 months, I drive a car and another car hits me and I die in an accident crash, in a car accident crash or accident. Does it mean immediately that guy, he broke his promise? His promise was to not get me in front of a judge. Not to take care of my safety from now until I meet Jesus Sunday. Now, this is the guy, Zelensky. Now, remember, if you make this kind of statement in up to 7th, 8th grade, that's acceptable. Not even, I would say 6th grade is acceptable to say, well, this is what I think and I speculate this, therefore is this. Okay, Gigi, fucking idiot. Okay, go, Gigi. That's how you do it. But after that, that should be unacceptable. You should be called out as saying, hey, what's wrong with you? Are you slow or something? And that guy spoke in front of the United Nations. And guess what? I guarantee you how I interpreted this little thing, and I think I'm 100% certain. I mean, they also say it's a speculation. And the promise, they also give you what one guy promised to another one, and something else happened. Let's say Prigozhin would have gotten, let's say, AIDS after a while. It was still Putin's fault? Promise? He broke his promise not to get AIDS? He didn't promise that. He didn't promise anything. He said, I'm not going to prosecute you. That's all. And we don't know who blew those up. You can say it was Putin, but you can also say it was Zelensky, Zaluzny, Budanov. I don't know, Kamala Harris wanted to do something. So, all right, my friends, I think we got this covered. But this is the guy. By this kind of, when I come here and I say that's a weasel, it's an idiot, Annalena Baerbock is an infantile 7th grader, and what's his name, Blinken is an, how do I call it, mediocre at best, or Borrell, or von der Leyen, or lazy lizard Truss of Great Britain, when she was in the office and so on, as a foreign minister. That's when she drew my attention and said, God damn it, my British friends, what do you have over there? It's okay, you got another idiot now. So anyway, can't believe. So when you see these guys, that's why I make these statements. When I see Lavrov, when I see Jay Shankar, when I see Peter Zsiarto of Hungary, when I see Wang Yi of China, all the bad dudes, somehow they're not idiots like this guy, or like the guys I mentioned. What's going on here? How is that possible? But we are the free world, the good world, the intelligent, the creators, the inventors. The other ones are garbage. How is this possible? Oh yeah, watch movies, Hollywood movies, when they make the villain as being very sophisticated and very charming. But the good guy is just a serious guy, a pussified guy, let's put it this way. Preferably a squeaky without balls. Come on, my friends, come on. I was like Biden, come on, man. Anyway, my friends, these are the guys. I can support this garbage and many others. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.